It is the eve of America's 250th Independence Day. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Zach Lewis as the Big Train take one all for the marbles here in Olney as they take on the Cropdusters. Both teams tied for first in this league and first in this division, Zach.
Yeah, these are two teams that have just reached the peak level of their game in this part of the season. It's a 4th of July themed night. We're on July 3rd. We'll have fireworks tonight. The atmosphere at the ballpark is absolutely rocking. Our starting lineup for the Big Train: Cal Johnson leads off. Brennan Wright follows him. Emilio Gonzalez, Zachary Malvazio. Notably, all four of those starting players are all-stars. After him, Ryan Foscolo, Casey Carpenter, TJ Gramesty, Kieran Coleman makes his way in the lineup again, Will Hack, and Will Hack closes it out.
So, for them, they'll have Logan Hartman, an all-star himself, on the mound, making up a all-star battery with Springmeyer behind the dish. Bullhouse, Scott, and Duncan, who's an all-star in right, with Hawkins, Gosdan making up the middle. Barada and Melton at the corners as Hartman will take the mound for the 5th time this season. In his 5th start, he has been one of the most consistent starters through 14 innings pitched. He's yet to concede a run, a whip below .93. He is arguably the best starter in this entire league, Zach.
Yeah, Hartman has had an incredible season, has just been the go-to player for Olney and has earned himself that all-star status. Very, very good pitcher on the mound for the Cropdusters tonight.
Be interesting to see just how he can handle this Big Train lineup, who's been red hot as of late, notably on the road. Big Train last night took a win against the Alexandria Aces at home after a night where at their own home, they were able to beat Olney themselves and get basically into this conversation and allow this game to set up with those two wins. Both teams are 8-4 at home and 9-4 on the road. Big Train have a 3-game win streak on the road, 6-1 in their last 7 while visiting. Hartman will face off. That's the switch hitter, Cal Johnson. He'll bat lefty for his first time up. Hartman's pitch is low and away from Springmeyer. Most of these Olney All-Stars have not really made their presence known with their glove. It's been their bats. Springmeyer no different. He's caught a lot, but he's DH'd primarily. Over behind the dish, he's been a great pitch caller, as said by a lot of their pitchers. Hartman a righty. Second pitch is missed again, so a 2-0 count quickly as Hartman is the Jacksonville Dolphin, looking to swim to a swift lead.
Well, notably, several of the starting hitters for the Big Train did not play in yesterday's game, got a rest match, as we see another one high there for another ball to Cal Johnson. Cal Johnson was one of those who did sit out last night, maybe trying to get rest for this game that is really going to be crucial in the standings for this season.
Yeah, Big Train took home a 6-5 win over the Aces without any of their power bats. A 3-0 from Hartman missed inside, and it's a leadoff 4-pitch walk, the dreaded leadoff walk to Cal Johnson.
Well, Cal Johnson actually had his first in-season home run here at this park. Dinged one off the flagpole there in right field, so they have already seen what kind of power he brings from his bat, and he's only heated up more in recent games.
And Johnson, one of 4 All-Stars leading this lineup off, as Brennan Wright, another lefty, will tail him. Right this season, an average over the 300 mark. First pitch, it's delivered in there. Heavy fastball from Hartman. Season he is yet to give up a run, obviously, in 14 innings. Big Train looking to change that, set the tone here early. 0-1. This one lined right up the middle, and it's caught by the second baseman. Play back to first. It's a fantastic conversion for 2 by Gosdan. And quick 2 outs very suddenly as they set up right over the middle.
Wow, I mean, what a bang-bang play there. Obviously, a bit fortunate for the Cropdusters to have the ball go right to second like that, but a very aware throw over to first, and they get their leadoff man out as well. Cal Johnson is back to the dugout, and 2 outs now for the Cropdusters.
So it's Emilio Gonzalez, the 3rd lefty in a row, will go. That's a breaking ball missed a little bit inside. Gonzalez last night, pretty good one. 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 RBIs. Or 1 walk, a sacrifice fly as well. 1-0 count as Gonzalez pops this one up back into the seats.
Yeah, and you talk about Gonzalez. He has been so solid from especially the RBI category so far this season. Hasn't had as much slug on his bat as he had last season, but has been just as effective in bringing his players home when they're on base.
Gonzalez second on the team in RBIs at 21. Johnson leads that moniker with a early swing there, now 1-2. Big Train in there, away blacks. Gray pants with the green accent and high black socks. Cropdusters in a special Independence Day themed Constitution jersey with stars on one side, stripes on the other of the sleeves, in their denim, mock denim pants. As Gonzalez swings at the 1-2, he fouls it backwards.
Well, these jerseys for the Cropdusters are very much in theme with the kind of vibe they have going here at this ballpark. They have the really fun overall jerseys as well. This is a cool tribute to a big year and celebration of America's freedom.
1-2. That one missed low from Hartman, who does not seem to be at his best, at least physically. He's kind of wincing and crouching after every pitch. It's curious to see how long he will play in this game. 2-2 delivered. High fastball is fouled backwards.
Important to note as well, talking about the pitcher who's maybe struggling a little bit, it is still about 96 degrees here. The heat is kind of just bearing down with the humidity and heat index. It is probably feeling still in the 100-degree territory, so it's not easy playing conditions for these players out here right now.
Yeah, Hartman really feeling the heat. He's been very good all year, but the crouching between pitches and the constant wincing and yelling is just not typically a good sign, though. However, his Jacksonville teammate Kyle Hopper of the Big Train kind of does the same thing. Some guys are just in a different state when they're on the mound, and it's been good all year. 2-2 from Hartman. Righty pitch. This one hit well in a right field. Under it is Duncan. He's trailing to the wall, but he'll get it at least 10 feet from the track. So 3 quick outs here as they go 3 up, 3 down the unconventional way on the Big Train Baseball Network. Trains and Planes still a draw at 0. So leading off for these Cropdusters, it's Dylan Melton. He's an all-star. Zakai Hawkins will trail Logan Barada, and that will be tailed by Landon Springmeyer, one of the best bats in this league, the catcher, the all-star, batting 4th. Ben Bolhouse, bat in that left field spot and in 5th. Andrew Duncan to tail. Patrick Gosden behind him with Ryan Booma and Brian Scott to make up this order entirely. They have, on the Big Train side, Sam's on the mound.
Well, Sam's has had a couple of good starts for the Big Train so far. Has been really effective in coming in and getting a couple good innings underneath his belts.
Out of 14 innings he's pitched this year, 10 of them have been scoreless. The other outing against Metro South County gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. Keep in mind it's a 7-inning game tonight as we deal with the heat. All the members of Olney are also wearing sweatbands that I guess if I had to describe it, it would be the flag of France. It's because it's the typical red, white, and blue moniker. 0-1, which I guess is pretty on brand for the Revolutionary War. 1-1 to the lefty Melton. UMBC stellar player last year as a transfer from the Golden Retrievers to Florida Atlantic. 1-1. Big wave. High fastball. Kind of at the armpit level. He can't hang on to it.
Good start here from Sams. Looks really in rhythm and comfortable on the mound to start.
Sam's a right-hander out of Kentucky. 14 innings pitched. 3.21 ERA. But a 1.14 whip kind of pulls back the curtain that he's been pretty all right. 1-2 and fastball can't get off the bat. Melton goes down swinging with Zakai Hawkins to tail.
Great way to start your outing against the other team that has the same record as you. You're fighting for the top spot tonight, and what you need to do in that situation is get up and get the first player down, and Sams does exactly that.
First pitch, strikes, first outs is kind of the big thing. You never want to lead off walk. We talked about that earlier with Johnson very briefly. As Zakai Hawkins, Las Cruces, New Mexico native. He returns to his home state after 2 years for the Utah Utes, which I'm sure you're happy he's leaving.
Well, I think anyone should get out of that school. Just kidding. They're a great program. Well, not really for baseball, but for other things.
Zach, a BYU student. 0-1-0. Hawkins, right-handed batter, fouls this one backwards. So righty-righty for Sams. They don't use the big train strategy of top all-stars, who are almost all lefties at 1-2-3. Switch hitting Johnson, and the fourth hitter Malvasio is a righty. Comes the 1-1. This one hit into the air into center field. Hack and Malvasio coming in on it. Malvasio wins the argument. He'll get the second out of this inning quickly as Zakai Hawkins goes down, and we will talk quickly over this defensive alignment. Bullhouse in left with Scott in the middle of the outfield. Andrew Duncan in right, Hawkins, Gazdan, Barada. Excuse me. I just read theirs. My brain was affected by the heat. Coleman in short, right at second base. Emilio Gonzalez at first. Third base to be manned by Casey Carpenter. Battery with Sams is TJ Gramesty, 2 guys who could arguably be on this all-star team. In the outfield will be Malvasio, Foscolo, and Hack between the two. It is really warm. That's why we're playing a 7-inning game today.
Something notable to take a look at for the lineup is Kieran Coleman coming in and playing the shortstop position instead of Cal Johnson, who will DH tonight. Coleman making his first start in the lineup last night against the Aces.
0 for 2 with 2 walks. Had a all right night, so an OBP of 500 on the young season for the Mississippi Community College transfer, Southeast Mississippi, excuse me, as Sams misses to Barada, 1-1 count. This one lined up the middle, and it's going to get into the outfield. Good piece of hitting, and only has their first hit quickly as the big train can't go 3 up, 3 down is Springmeyer. Not a guy you want to let in. The Northern Kentucky Norse lefty catcher will come.
Well, we have our first hit of the game, and a very solid one there. Reads the ball off Sams, who leaves one kind of over the center portion of the zone there. That hit able to get down in center field and put the guy on first base for the Cropdusters.
So Sams, Kentucky righty, to the Northern Kentucky Norseman. Springmeyer watches strike 1 in the low corner of the zone. It's a fastball, just strafing into that outside portion of the plate. Oh, 1 now from Sams. Pitch. Big wave from Springmeyer. He is an all-star. Does not have much of a strikeout problem either, only 10, but has struck out a couple times against these big train. Last time we saw him prior to Monday's matchup, he did not play. He was 1 for 4 with a 4 RBIs. A grand slam against the Big Train in the first game of the season, as that is rung up on strikes. Fastball at the knees, and he blows it by him. Sams, 2 strikeouts in the top of the first. Plains and Trains still drawn at 0. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Cropdusters and Big Train still tied at 0. Both of these teams 17-8. Same home and away records at 8-4 and 9-4 for both squads respectively. Zach Malvazio with a K, no C, who interestingly does not have a K in his name regularly, is leading things off here in the second, which I think is funny. It's like an alter ego.
It is a little bit. When he's in the box, he's Zach with a K now, although I personally spell it Zach with a CH, so I feel a little bit insulted by it, but I'll let it slide.
Well, he kind of does too, as Malvazio pops this one in the right side, and the first baseman, Melton, gets there. So first out quickly to Malvazio, who leads this league in homers at 6. Beats the total of last year's home run leader, Emilio Gonzalez, at 5. Already halfway through. He is slated to make the All-Star game, as Ryan Foscolo drawn up from the pop-out.
Well, it's 4 straight batters down and all 4 All-Stars for the Big Train. So the Cropdusters doing a good job defensively and from the pitcher's mound so far.
1-0. It was a bunt with the third baseman Barada extremely far back, but it was a off speed that missed kind of almost at the ankles. Now the 1-0 as backs up. Foscolo watches one outside, making up 2 Kentucky players here in the Big Train lineup tonight. Obviously Sams, the pitcher, but himself a redshirt freshman after he spent his year riding the bench for the Wildcats. Hitting .333, he's been fantastic, as that one just in the low portion of the zone at the knees. OPS at 895. He is just been a pretty good lineup piece to have right in the heart of the order today at 5th.
Well, he hit well last night as well, too. Had a couple big hits, a nice RBI single near the end of the game.
That one in the air to right field. It's going to get down. So Foscolo has the Big Train's first hit of the night after Johnson walked. He'll be the second base runner. Had 2 RBIs tonight. Last night, 2 RBI singles with a 2-for-4 day altogether. So gets one on there, and Carpenter, UNC Wilmington Seahawk, to be brought up.
Casey Carpenter has done well getting himself on the base, mostly by walks so far this season, but will pop up from time to time and get a nice double.
First pitch is hit right up the middle, going to get down. Good double play ball over to first, and it's the second double play of the game for the Cropdusters. This one on the ground. Look, tailor-made. Hems were perfect. Big Train leave a runner stranded after the ground into double play from Carpenter. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network, still tied at 0. Ben Bullhouse to lead things off for the Olney Cropdusters in the Big Train Baseball Network. One of the later additions from Westchester, who fell in 3 games to Tampa in the D2 final. As we call time quickly for a ball in front of us. However, anyway, Bullhouse did not participate in Westchester's 3-game series versus the Spartans. Pitcher center fielder Mirza's father played some baseball at the University of Tampa, who were the first D2 baseball program to ever three-peat this year. It unfortunately came at the hands of Bullhouse's Deacons. First pitch swinging, 0-1 on a breaking ball. Comes the next pitch from Sams, and his fastball that just misses outside.
Sams has been pretty under control so far. Obviously, like in a heat like this, you know, you have to keep your rhythm and not get too exerted on every pitch, because you will kind of lose your power if you put too much in every single pitch.
Perfect upstairs corner fastball from Sam, swing and a miss to Bullhouse. His slugging percentage is at 700. 9 hits this year. 4 of them are extra base. 1-2. Misses high. 2 are home runs. So per at bat, he leads the league in home runs per plate appearance. Not at bat. Not pretty much a 3 true outcomes guy as well. Walks a ton, as that's now a full count. Same fastball missed from Sams. He over-relied on it against Metro South County when the breaking ball could not come to fruition. And with a lineup that features 5, which is the most position players in the All-Star category, they pretty much tore Sams up, unfortunately. 3-2, and that one misses. So another walk for Bullhouse on his young season in his 9th appearance. The Chadds Ford, Pennsylvania native, to lead things off with a walk.
Well, I think for someone in kind of the heart of the lineup like Bullhouse is tonight, being able to have that kind of walking prowess to just make the pitcher a little bit more uncomfortable, get somebody on base the way you can, is really crucial, because he knows that he has big hitters to follow him.
Sam's dueling Hartman tonight. Both guys have been fantastic this season in most of their starts. Hartman, literally all of them. Doesn't go as long as other players, but that will work to the advantage of Olney tonight, with only a 7-inning ball game as we battle the heat here in Montgomery County. 1-0. After Sams misses outside to the righty batter Andrew Duncan, right fielder all-star from Duke. 1-0 now misses inside. Everything kind of being placed horizontally incorrectly.
Yeah, it needs to find, like you said, that horizontal placement in order to force these Olney Cropdusters into weak contact or swinging, missing.
The 2-0 now. This one popped up on the infield. Coleman and Carpenter will decide it as Coleman gets it. Excuse me, and first out collected. Infield fly rule not called with 0 outs. It may have been called on the other side of the field, actually. May have missed it. But Gosden now up, the teammate of Bullhouse on first at Westchester. Gosden got here a little quicker than the likes of Bullhouse did, as Bullhouse was on the roster that made that 3-game final against Tampa. Gosden was not. He's a year younger than Gosden, who's a senior, junior rising. Technically, I guess still 2 years of eligibility with the 5 rule. 0-1. As this one is lined right up the middle, it's going to get down into right. Malvasio can't get it as he dives for it. So the runner at second, Bullhouse, he's rounding third. He'll try and go home. Malvasio picks it up at the wall. Gosden now stopping at third. He's got himself a triple. How about that? Olney taking the lead in this ball game.
Well, the crowd here is rocking for the Cropdusters. Pretty much a full house here on July 3rd, their July 4th celebration here tonight. They open the scoring tonight against the Big Train. A big hit that Malvasio just doesn't quite get under, and it gets past him to the right side fence, brings Bullhouse home.
Pennsylvania teammates, Pennsylvania natives driving each other in. So quickly 1 out for the likes of Ryan Buma, who tails this order. 8th hole hitter, but he is an all-star as he pops this one backwards. All-Star game on July 7th. We'll be hosting it at Shirley Povich Field. Me and Zach on the mic on the Cal Ripken Senior League official YouTube. Playing the Valley League, who will bring their all-star team to play. And the 0-1. Ground ball left side. Going to be enough to score the runner if he can get there. Coleman throws this to the plate. He is out. A fantastic throw for the man in his second start as they catch the lead runner and keep the score 1-0 Cropdusters.
Very well done there from Carpenter at third base. Had a similar play last night against the Aces where he's really aware of the runner that he had on third base and makes a very in-time throw to Gagan at the plate, who gets the runner out, keeps this score to only 1 for the Cropdusters.
So Brian Scott throws lefty but bats righty. Center fielder tonight is coming off of injury. He kind of took that center field spot from Avery Grain, who got sent down to the Cropdusters minor league ball club in the Maryland Collegiate Baseball League, the Olney Dusters. Grain impressed for his appearance while Scott was trying to come off of injury as the pickoff attempt after ball 1. Grain was sent down after 2 games in a row where he struck out 5 times, which was weird because he was having a very good season. Had 5 RBIs against the Big Train in his 3 games against. Righty Sam's pitch. This one line on the ground. It's a worm burner to right. He'll just toss it over to Coleman at second base. And the Big Train allow 1 run on the triple by Patrick Gosden, but some good ball play in the field to make sure that they don't score another one. 1-0 only on the Big Train Baseball Network as we head now to the top of the 3rd. This game's cruising along with trains and planes. It makes some sense. the first plate appearance for TJ Gramesty as Hartman continues to deal despite kind of having maybe some kind of issue with the heat. Seems quite off, if that makes sense. He's crouching between batters. He's kind of grimacing and wincing every time he throws it, but it's been very good. Gramesty hits this one into center field. It's well struck, but not deep enough. Under it, Scott for the first out of the inning on the first pitch.
As we go back to Hartman on this one, something to note is in this area, I mean, you can even see it over the trees a little bit as the sun is setting. The air quality is pretty low today. It's not really great air quality, and that leads to, along with the heat, some really difficult in breathing or regulating your quality there. So especially for people who may have asthma or other allergies, it could really provide a breathing problem as well as the heat.
First pitch to the next man in the lineup, Coleman. So Hartman helped with his fielders as he's kind of having a tough day. 2 double plays already from the men behind him as we are in the top of the third, 1 each inning.
Yeah, they really have rallied behind him so far tonight and made some really nice plays in the field. Have been pretty much picture perfect so far on this July 3rd.
2-0. Hartman takes a second. See how long he is to winner for this game. They don't know how good he feels, but it does not look physically that he is going to last too long. But then he just comes out and throws a fantastic pitch. I mean, the guy is between two things, and he'll grimace and bead and wince, and he just goes out there and he performs. Something to respect. A perfect slider on the outside corner to Coleman. 2-1. This one hit softly. It's a little bloop shot, but it's caught by the shortstop Hawkins. He's got a great glove over there and is probably the best fielder on this entire team. He shows it there.
Well, it was a really nice athletic play by Hawkins. Made it look really easy, but he did have to time his jump perfectly there in order to get the ball in his glove and to not get over him for a single there. Well done by Hawkins, as you mentioned, who really has a certain caliber about him from the fielding side.
Hartman only goes 4 to 3 innings for his last 4 starts. In the third, he's pretty much cruising, only let a walk and a hit and a double play followed each. As first pitch in there to Will Hack now with 2 outs after the line out to the left side. So the 0-1 now from Hartman. Half swing from Hack. Did he go? He did not. So 1-1 on a low breaking ball. Outside and at the shins. Hartman will use his pitch clock again. And that guy has been fantastic. Jacksonville University product. We've seen 2 great Jacksonville University pitchers this season, and it's Ben Hartman and our own Kyle Hopper. 1-1. Misses low. He, out of anybody with 14 or more innings, he's been the best pitcher by far. Lowest whip, lowest ERA. Only allowed 6 walks. The guy has simply dealt. I would not be surprised to see him. I think probably should start Tuesday's game, in theory, if he does not need more rest, because this is a Friday game. 2-1 is popped into center field, pretty well struck, but going to track it down right there at the wall. So Scott will get the 3rd out of the inning. Nearly left the ballpark on a humid day. Ball will be jumping off the bat, but it can't go there. Big Train hitless in the 3rd inning. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network. 1-0 Olney leads. So Olney back into this one. They've got 2 hits tonight and the lead. It was an RBI triple from Gosden. However, this lineup turns over. Dylan Melton, the all-star from UMBC, now transferring to Florida Atlantic. He'll join several Owls on these big train here as TJ Gramesty, the man making up the battery with Sam's tonight, an FAU product, as well as all-star Kaiser Smith. The other all-star selected out for the big train as well in the pitching staff was Bryce Dolby. So the shame we didn't get to see Dolby duel tonight as he went 2 days ago against Cropdusters and did fairly well. First pitch from Sam's is good pitch in there. It is a curveball that I think just caught the front portion of the plate before diving.
Well, you mentioned the last game against the Cropdusters turned into a little bit of a pitching duel there, and so these teams who have had several really rowdy performances between these two teams so far this season.
Fly ball into left and caught by Foscolo. First out of the inning quickly for Sam's. No less than 4 innings in all of his starts so far.
These two teams maybe showed pretty early on that they were going to be somewhat rivals in the league, and now kind of have that more official rivalry as they're fighting for the top spot in this division. And so really important game as far as the standings for the playoffs go.
First pitch in there to Zakai Hawkins, righty shortstop out of the University of New Mexico. Last season did pretty well at Utah, but hitting to a 400 OBP coming in today. However, his slug hasn't been there, so 700 OPS, 0-1. As that one just missed. Close to the outside upstairs portion of the zone. Maybe kind of caught the top trap door. 1-1. That one missing high again. It's a fastball, chin music level. Sam's trying to break back into a rhythm.
Yeah, Sam's very steady out there on the mound so far. Has struggled a little bit with control so far, but it's found the zone pretty well.
That one fouled. Hawkins into a 2-2 count quickly as can't hold on to a pretty good breaking or fastball pitch, excuse me, as Sam's will collect himself, get a bit of a respite as his fastball kind of just missed. He's got a little bit of a cold maybe out there on the mound. 2-2 count. Sam's trying to beat Hawkins now. Just in there. It's a great breaking ball, excuse me, in the low portion of the zone. Didn't swing, just caught the low portion of the zone, so he's caught looking. Sam's third strikeout, excuse me, of the day, and he's got himself a hat trick to start things here through. Only giving up that triple.
Well, almost as exciting as a great striker from Sam's was the strikeout call, but the umpire had a flare, threw his arm up, and then gave the punch and sent the only Cropduster back to the dugout.
The pitchers duel to start. 2 up, 2 down in this bottom of the third. Among the two teams, only 3 hits, 2 walks. 5 batters in total have been on base. 1-0. Big wave at that one, and Barada's under a fastball. It was just in the high portion of the zone. It's a tough one to hit for Barada, who would have had to really speed up to that one. Lefty, kind of right at his hands. The fastball, flamethrowers love to give. 1-1 from Sam's. This one popped up left side. Foscolo will tail under it. It's in our obscured vision in the foul territory. It looks like it gets down. So Barada will stay alive with two strikes.
Yeah, Foscolo not able to quite get that one as it hits against the fence near the big train bullpen area.
That one was in there. We just missed 1-0 to Johnson, now 2-0. Johnson took home a 4-pitch walk. He's seen 6 balls now to start this game. So Hartman looks like his pitch cap is around the 50 mark. At his current rate, he could probably go 5 to 6 with how efficient he's been. 2-0. Big wave from Johnson. Like the high fastball, but he couldn't hang on to it. 2-1 the count. Hart definitely enduring as the 2-1 comes. That one missed. It's a off speed. Some kind of changeup that misses outside. Three-1 to the cheer of his teammates. And it's pretty safe to say he's working through something, and he's beating whatever that is. 3-1, and that one missed low. He'll give another walk to Hart, to the, leadoff hitter, Johnson. Brennan Wright, lefty second baseman, pretty pull side hitter. Will come into this thing. After Johnson's over at first, he grounded out. He leads the league in double plays. Also leads the league in regular ground into double plays, but he does have 2 line out double plays. First pitch from Hartman. It's a ground ball, right side. Not quite the perfect double play ball, but
just set up very pretty as well for this Olney Cropdusters team. And I mean, something to be noted about the pitching status of quite a few of their pitchers is they are surrounded by very, very good defenses for the Cropdusters.
So the sprinklers just turned on here at First Responder Field. And while I'm pretty sure the reason Scott is not moving out of the way is because it's quite refreshing, it is going to stop our ball game for the time being. As the Assistant Director of Operations, Amanda, has said, it is very similar to lights going off, and we will take a quick break here on the Big Train Baseball Network as they figure out how to turn the sprinklers off, which I think did not know it was game day, likely scheduled to go anyway. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. The momentary man-made rain from the sprinklers has stopped.
Well, you know, in this World Cup that we've been having here in the United States, we've had mandatory hydration breaks as we get a couple of warm-up pitches, just one.
Yeah.
And they actually do water the pitch in between hydration breaks and at halftime in order to keep it running smooth enough with the high heat and the temperature. So maybe we just needed the outfield to be rolling nicely tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice green outfield, and I'm sure that's how it stays that very nice color. As the first pitch missed low, Hartman losing a little bit of control here as fielders have backed him up again after administering Johnson a walk. Gonzalez, the lefty, in on the 1-0 count now. Hartman, it's a good fastball, but Gonzalez can't handle it. Just a little bit low, and he fouls it back.
You know, any other night you're probably worried about maybe a little bit of slippage. That's right during the game, but tonight that water is probably going to evaporate pretty much immediately as it hits the grass.
Yeah, it's not as warm. It's almost refreshing with it being 106, feels like earlier today. It's a cool 97, feels like. 1-2. The humidity, egregious. As Gonzalez is behind another fastball. Excuse me, this time he's ahead of a breaking ball. He's kind of stuck between two speeds. 1-2 to from Hartman, and that one misses low. Just a little bit on the inside or outside corner to Gonzalez.
Gonzalez staying very calm and patient in the box. He's felt like he's had a little bit of slump this season, but we don't really agree with the kind of numbers of RBIs he's been bringing in for this team.
21 is second to Johnson. 2-2. That one just, not just, it was pretty far outside in the other batter's box.
It was outside.
Would have hit a righty. 3-2 now. We'll have payoff as Gonzalez tries to keep the ring of fire burning. Hartman the pitch. This one hit pretty well into center field. It's a humid night back at the wall, and this one is out of here. Gonzalez has his first, and the Big Train have tied it.
Exit speed of 106 for Emilio Gonzalez. That ball is mashed over the fence. We see him rounding third base now. What a way and what a moment for his first home run of the season.
It's firework night, and Gonzalez got it going early. Tie ball game after Gosden's triple. He responds with a pretty good one of his own. So really been needing that for a guy trying to find his way out of a slump. He finds a fastball on the outside high corner, and he takes it dead center. And on a humid night like tonight, he hit a meteor.
I mean, you can just see the absolute power that he has, because that ball is not easy to get up and over the fence here at First Responder Field, but he does it with ease.
Ground ball left side, and something to note, they do have tracked highest exit velos in league history. That actually is at about 109 is the highest ever by Hunter Renfroe. 0-1 count. Hartman taking a moment. That was his first earned run given the entire season. So now in his 18th inning of work, he's conceded one.
Emilio Gonzalez is next to us in the dugout. Has something to say over to the bullpen as well on the radio. So enjoying this moment here in this big match for top of the division.
Both teams 17-8. The hardest hit ball we have seen on our TrackMan all year. 1-1. Humid night, it definitely makes sense. Ball is jumping off the bat. Pop fly. First base side. Melton tailing at the wall. He's going to try and make a grab. Hits an unlucky fan. Wow, she ate that. That was a very young fan who just got hit by the ball and just got right back up and grabbed it. I mean, that's a souvenir.
I mean, if you're going to get hit by it, you
earned
got to
it.
keep it. You earned it.
I've never got a foul ball, but I have a moment from when I was maybe 11 where I got hit by one, and I didn't get it. I felt very bad.
Yeah, that's like double whammy right there.
Yeah, 1-2. There's a hanging curve. As this one, not so much. Curveball at the knees. Malvazio swings and misses. So it's the Emilio Gonzalez homer. That brings us with a tie ball game into the bottom of the fourth. Well struck, and the Big Train have evened it on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Emilio Gonzalez just went deep to center for his first home run of the year and one that tied the ball game. So he matches Cal Johnson at 22 runs brought in, and he evens this game between both 17 and 8 squads, who are both the best teams in the league. There can only be one. Rails and runways here, as both teams have been fairly good on the base paths when they've gotten there. There's a triple from Gazda, who gave them the lead, and Bullhouse was the one who scored on it as he swings and misses at a pitch just high and inside.
Well, if you had to pick a guy who you would want to see hit a home run tonight, I, for one, surely would have picked Emilio Gonzalez. I mean, this guy has worked so hard all season, has done his rounds, has hit very well, but just hasn't had the home run tally that he had last season, and that is just an incredible moment for him in the summer.
2-1 count, and that one called strike 2. Looked like it kind of went through the front of the plate, backed out on the curveball. A little bit outside. 2-2. Popped up into the seats, behind the seats actually, into the softball field behind us. So 2-2 count. Lefty Bullhouse stays alive. Westchester Deacon. 2-2 to the Pennsylvania native, and Sams misses high.
Well, the Big Train certainly have their work cut out for them in these next couple innings, as both teams will be going all out, as this game is only 7 innings, so there's not too much time left.
Full count misses upstairs. And after 2 pitches down Broadway, Bullhouse can't handle. He'll walk a second time. Leadoff walk will be trailed by Andrew Duncan, all-star out of Duke University. He'll be staying there in his sophomore year as a freshman. He was a redshirt, tailing with a 965 OPS this season. He has been deadly. He's hit 4 home runs, 3 of which have come in the last week. First pitch just on the outside.
Duncan digs in.
Sam's pickoff back to first. So 2 ball players from 2 of the top programs in the country. At least the top blue ones.
Well, definitely if you're looking at basketball, that would be true.
Say North Carolina probably better. 1-0 turns to 2-0. That one misses high. Tar Heels fell in the College World Series, which I don't really know where Duke finished, to be honest. Bottom of the ACC, you may have heard that. You know, probably better than Syracuse did.
It's pretty easy to have a better baseball season than Syracuse.
Or Wisconsin, or CU Boulder. 2-0.
Yeah.
Brief mound visit from Graham Esty. He tries and calms down his pitcher here on a hot one at first responder field. 2-0 is in there. It's a pretty good fastball, or I think maybe a off speed. Just caught the outside corner towards the top. Pretty good paint along the line. 2-1 from Sams. That one is in there. A bit closer as Duncan lays off quickly into a 2-2 count. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to short earlier.
Good pitch there from Sams. Getting in a rhythm, getting ahead early on this batter.
2-2. Duncan, a dangerous one right in the heart of the lineup. Excuse me, the 3-2. Rung up on strikes, and he knew it. Fastball just in there, right down Broadway. Not just in there. That one was pretty far in the plate. As first out, Gosden now up to the plate. So last time Gosden was up, he took the first pitch kind of pretty shallow into right. Malvasio dove for it in a play kind of akin to Kyla Wynn, the Senators left fielder, against the Big Train, which gave a triple to Will Hack. As the pickoff attempt back nearly caught the groin of Gosden, of Bullhouse, but it's a good scoop from Gonzalez as the dig saves the leg of his opposition from being severely bruised. Sams misses high on the first pitch.
Malvazio not able to quite come up with that play. Would have been a very nice diving catch if he had been able to complete it, but damage not too great there as Sams did a good job coming back from that hit and getting the outs he needed to keep the lead at only 1 for the Cropdusters.
2-0 off speed just a little high. Pretty packed ballpark here in Olney for fireworks night on the eve of July 4th.
I believe they branded it Fastballs and Fireworks tonight at the park.
249 years and 364 days since America's Declaration of Independence. 2-0 count. After that missed high, Sams will go again. Ooh, right up at the chin. Has to move out of the way. And Gosden now into a 3-0 count. Likely some kind of green light here with a ball game that has been pretty even. Pitchers doing a very good job, both in earned run between them as the 3-0 is in there. It just caught the outside corner of the plate. Perfect pitch upstairs away.
Cropduster man thought that he had already seen his time at the batter's box to an end and was walking over to first base, but called back by the umpire.
Gosden, we'll see if he can do damage with this 3-1. Ratty Sam's pitch is fouled backwards, so a full count now. Second full count in a row. Sun finally setting. Few from the trees over there in right. Full count from the Wildcat Sams. 3-2 trying to end his outing here. Well done. Popped into the air on the infield. Wright coming in on it as Bullhouse able to return to first. He did go on the 3-2, but got back in time. So 2 outs. Another pop out as the all-star Ryan Booma to the plate.
It's been a gritty appearance on the mound for Sams as he takes a big breath trying to steady himself to get this last outing.
Big train
out of the inning, excuse me.
Big train of Bradley Gagan, who has not been on for about a week and a half. Coming up to warm. Left-hander's brother has joined the roster since the last time he's pitched. Has not been caught by his brother. First pitch, a little bit inside. I'm unsure what the call on that one was.
I believe last time we saw Gagan was at the Southern Maryland Senators. Bradley Gagan, that is.
This one was a pretty close pitch. That one, not so much. He gets a little low into his full stance, so Booma will be called on where his strike zone is, pretty much in that full stretch. But he's standing maybe at least 4 inches taller before he takes a step. 2-0. This one popped up into the right side. Malvazio chasing it into the corner. He will get there. So the Big Train strand another runner here in the bottom of the 4th. Keep this game a draw at 1. We'll head to the top of the 5th with a chance to add on after Emilio Gonzalez tied the ball game in the 4th. So right-hander Ben Chrisman will relieve Hartman. Hartman finishes his day with his technically worst start of the year. 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout, which tells you how good of a year he's having. He has just been fantastic. He escapes with only a singular base runner allowed that was on base and not immediately taken off by a double play. Fielders behind him did a fantastic job as Ryan Foscolo fouls one off. Ben Chrisman to the plate now, or to the mound now. One of the better relievers in this league.
Chrisman out of Frostburg State. So far played in 5 games, 9 innings pitched so far for the Cropdusters. Has 14 strikeouts and a whip of 1.24, so he's done very well in his performances so far.
Excuse me. Marco Lavari on the mound. Another one of the premium arms in this bullpen as 1-2 misses. He's actually not a bullpen arm. This is his first appearance of the year that is not a start. 1-2. Ground ball left side. It's a worm burner collected by Barada. Not known for his glove, but he will make plenty of plays over there in the hot corner. Does a good one there as Foscolo is extinguished for the first out.
Lavari coming in for Cropdusters and getting first out on a first at bat for him. Cropdusters doing a similar thing to the Aces did last night, which is playing 2 starting pitchers in a shorter game. Something that could be effective as you can have 2 guys pretty much go the whole game if you'd like.
Tough beat for Foscolo. He crushed that one, but kind of unfortunately, 1 hopper over to third. Well handled. Lavari, the Vineland, New Jersey native from the Garden State. That one in there, 1-1 now. It's a good pitch, just barely on the low portion of the zone. Casey Carpenter, righty batter. Lavari, a 2.37 ERA this year with a 1.16 whip, so he's been pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely, and this Cropduster pitching staff is very good, and they're very deep. They have the amount of players you need to come in and keep games low scoring for as long as they need to.
1-1. Big train of Bradley Gagan stretching still. That one misses, so a 3-1 count now. Carpenter drawn a lot of walks this year. Second batter for Lavari. That one misses, and a walk it is. So Carpenter reaches. It's his first time doing so tonight in his second plate appearance. In total, it's his 19th walk of the year.
Well, Carpenter has proved to be a bit of a tough strikeout so far this season, mostly because of his ability to walk.
His hit total has rocketed up recently, but that 18 walk mark was at 13 before he even got his second hit. Pinch just low to the catcher, TJ Gramesty. Barely actually missed, I think, outside.
You know, it's interesting selection to take Gramesty catching this game as he fouls that pitch back behind him and away. Had Gagan last night in another big game against the Aces. Gramesty today maybe elected to be in there to stop some of the stolen base threat that the Cropdusters really kind of proved to have, as he has a really nice arm from behind the plate.
The bloop that gets down into right field, so a single base hit puts 2 runners on for Gramesty. It's his first hit of the night. Now 1 for 2 as he joins Carpenter on base for the first time. And Lavari, a little bit of a slow start. He's given up 2 hits, or excuse me, 2 base runners, a walk and a hit, as he'll face now Kieran Coleman, 0 for 1, still seeking his first hit of the season in his second game for Bethesda.
Yeah, nice hit there from Gramesty. Finds a good spot and doesn't have too much power, but really in a good location.
Coleman out of the Northeast Mississippi Community College program. 50 games, or just under 50 games there last year. Had a 854 OPS. Not too much in the slug category, but he walked a lot. Was no shy to getting hit by the pitch. As a 1-0 count. He's already got 2 walks on the season yesterday. Pitch in there. It's a fastball that just touches the inside corner. .340 average there.
Coming in to provide a little more depth in a couple of positions for the big train near the end of this season.
1-1. He did play very well, but he was kind of a weird three-true outcomes guy where he walked, got a single, or struck out. He had 71 Ks and 150 at-bats. So nearly a 50% strikeout rate. That being said, he still hit very well. They don't really care how you get out as long as you get on. 2-1. It's a ground ball, pretty well double play ball. Gosden over to the shortstop, and this time he needs a little help. Doesn't matter anyway. Cropdusters' defense has been high-flying tonight. They bashed down 2 runners, stranding both. Big Train still tied as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Sam's on for his 5th inning of work. He's dug in pretty well after Gosden's triple. He has yet to give up more than a single. Only 2 base runners in that time in the 2.2 innings following it. As first pitch will miss. It's to the bottom man of the lineup, Brian Scott. Second game returning from injury. Frostburg State. He's in his 4th year with the Cropdusters. 1-0. Miss just in there on the low portion of the zone. Good breaking ball. It's a beautiful Friday evening on the eve of America's 250th Independence Day. And what better than a pitcher's duel?
We just love a pitcher's duel here as that ball is fouled up.
It's in foul territory. No, excuse me. It drifts fair as Foscolo settles under it for the first out of the inning. So, bottom frame, excuse me. But Scott hitless so far this season in his 2 appearances, both against Bethesda and against the best starters, again, Bethesda's rotation.
Sam putting in several innings of really good work tonight, and his defense has been behind him, and he's trusted them so far and not trying to do too much on a really hot night.
Melton out of Clarks, Maryland. That's it. Just Clarks. I don't know what of his it is, but went to Glenelg County High School as he's one of a few All-Stars, 4 in this lineup, 5 if you count Hartman. Hitting .345 and .864 OPS is good enough to land him on that all-star team after a fantastic year at UMBC. Surprised he is not at... Unsurprised he is an all-star. And unsurprised at the start of the year, because he has been so good. It is not something that you would be surprised to see. He came into this year in the second-team All-American East. American East All-Rookie. He was the Rookie of the Year, actually, and an American East All-Championship team member. UMBC making that final and losing to Bingham. So you did not miss much on the Big Train Baseball Network. 3 up, 3 down on the top of the 6th in the inning that we lost. I'm not sure how much of the broadcast we did lost, but it is a 1-1 ball game at First Responder Field for the sole possession of the North. Fireworks night on the eve of July 4th. Big Train struggled to hit against what has been a fantastic bullpen and starting effort from everybody. Bradley Gagan will enter this game. First time in over a week and a half he's appeared. Has not appeared since his brother Jack was added to the roster. As that one going to be an interesting night tonight to see. Gagan not catching tonight. It's Gramisty. But we're at the bottom of the 6th. Outs running out for both sides as somebody trying to pull ahead for an advantage, but both cars in park right now. Been just fantastic for everybody on the mound, but notably Gagan the first lefty to enter tonight's game.
You know, give the Big Train slightly different look for these batters as we get later into this game. Still tied. Sun just set past the trees. A very orangey Cropduster hue in this hazy night here as we prepare for fireworks at the end of this 7-inning game.
So Gagan entering will end Sam's ball game. He enters tonight with a 3.21 ERA that will surely go down with 5 innings. A 1 earned run. That was off that triple. 4 strikeouts. He administered only 3 hits and 2 walks as well to that pairing. Other way around. 3 hits. Yeah, no, I actually said that out loud. Never mind. I said it wrong in my head, then said it out loud correctly. So no correction there. 1-0 misses. Quickly 2-0 from Gagan. Fastball a little slower than Sam's, about 87. He's done pretty well work with it when he has been on, but we've definitely seen him in both senses. He's been one of the more unlucky guys, leads the team with fielding errors while he's pitching, as 1-1 has missed 2-1.
Bottom of the 6th now. Really has been, as we mentioned before, a pitcher's duel and a hot night in Olney.
It's a especially hot one. My ink just melted in my hand as the 2-1 just misses outside. – 3-1 count. Southpaw delivers low, and it'll be a walk to lead things off for Logan Barada. Already hit twice, so the less volatile option, as he doesn't give him a pitch to hit after the first. Springmeyer to the plate, not the kind of guy you want to see late in a tie ball game. Springmeyer 5 home runs on the year, 22 RBIs on that total, and an OPS over 1,000. Was named to the All-Star team this morning for a very good reason.
Very patriotic, Fortunate Son by Cleveland's Clearwater Revival, his walk-up song.
I suppose a protest song is pretty patriotic, actually.
Oh, we heard the lyrics, the red, white, and blue on that.
Gagan, first pitch missing. Springmeyer 0 for 2 on tonight. He's not had the best season versus Bethesda, but against everyone else, he's been fantastic. 1-0. Big wave. It's a fastball right down Broadway, and he can't come up with it. One. Some traffic on the beltway for Gagan. Made it first as that pitch is in there. One in the low corner inside. Perfect pitch from Gagan on his fastball, and he's definitely attacking the zone more than we've seen previously. 1-2. Relies pretty heavily on that changeup and 2 strike counts. Pick off, and he sniffed it out before Gagan turned. As well called. So Barada back to first safe. Bullhouse on deck has walked twice. First righty batter Gagan has seen. 1-2, picked off, and they've got him in a pickle. Barada, serious jam. They'll throw a little early, but Gonzalez gets him at first. Barada not back in time, and that's the first out of the inning to the chorus of boos here in Olney.
Very clever pickoff from Gagan there. Catches man on base off his bag, and after the pickle, gets the guy out at first base to the much dismay of this crowd here in Olney, who is getting into it in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Gagan, public enemy number 1 here. Well, probably 2. I think that they're not happy with the umpire's call. As the 1-2 is swung and missed on. A great changeup. Goes down into the lower port of the zone, but nowhere for Springmeyer, who saw 4 straight fastballs and suddenly had to switch up as 2 outs very quickly in 2 pitches. Springmeyer's second strikeout of the day. Now lefty Bullhouse, advantage to the pitcher obviously with the difficulties of lefty-lefty matchups. That one misses high from Gagan. It's a 1-0 count. Southpaw distributes, and that one is in there. It's a pitch just on the upper echelon of the zone. Gagan entering his senior year at Eastern Kentucky, as that is a half-hearted wave at 1. Bullhouse beat by a curveball. He knew it. Gave it a half swing, but wasn't getting anywhere near that thing, unfortunately for him.
A big moment for Gagan here, who has not seen the mound in quite a few games, but knows that this is a crucial part of the game.
Gagan giving up a lot of walks at home, but he's actually been way better on the road. ERA is relatively the same with innings pitched, but his Ks per 9 goes from 3.6 to 14.5 in other ballparks, as this is a sawed-off ground ball foul. Bullhouse couldn't collect, and now a full count. They'll go dance on the payoff once more. Southpaw payoff. This one hit into the air. Going to be a tough play for Carpenter. Can't get there. It's a lollipop fly ball, but only 50 off the bat is not going to get much air under it, and it falls in front of Carpenter, who has to sprint.
That one with just a nice slice to take it away from the left fielder and into the side fence over by us.
Gagan trying to hold the line. 2-2. Big swing and a miss. Didn't get any of that thing. Bullhouse goes down swinging, and Gagan's best inning of the year in a pitcher's duel. We go to the top of the 7th. Big Train will try and take the lead as we loom towards closer and closer to extras. On the eve of the 4th of July, nothing more American than a pitcher's duel here in First Responders Field, Olney, Maryland, and Matt Crismond taken off for a full inning of work. They were trying to win this game and are trying to do it with their best arms. Devin Aponte, who is, I think, arguably, if he had had one more start, probably could have made this all-star team. A 0 ERA and a singular hit given up is the only base runner he has allowed in 6.2 innings of work. Only bringing in all the stops here to keep the line flat as they can. 1-1 count in a 1-1 ball game.
A win here so important to the Cropdusters.
So 1-2. Looks like Gagan will have the 7th, or bottom 7. I guess we haven't stretched. We already did stretch in the 5th. I forgot about that. It's a 7-inning game tonight if you're curious. We've mentioned it a few times earlier, but due to the heat in Montgomery County, games through Sunday will be 7 innings. Cools down on Monday. We'll be at Gaithersburg. I will not be there. 2-2. Sawed-off grounder into the dugout of Olney. Two-two. Emilio Gonzalez, left-handed batter, tied this thing his last time up. He mashed one over the center field wall. Scott could only watch as his Cropdusters' 1-run lead disintegrated. Counts 2s from Aponte, the Messiah University product, as that one skipped in there. Springmeyer tries to make a save at it, but not important, nobody on.
Well, Gonzalez here proving to be the factor so far in the big train in this game, hoping to continue to be that, get himself on base. Full count to Gonzalez.
3-2, full count to the first batter. Aponte is faced. Right-handed sophomore delivers. Gonzalez fouls this one backwards, and he will stay alive. Another 3-2 here as they'll dance after another foul ball. Aponte, as you mentioned, only given up a singular hit this season. Ironically, that base runner did score on a sacrifice bunt, and a wild pitch. So 3-2, he walked him. Just misses a little bit high and a little bit outside, and a base runner finally for the big train. First one since Casey Carpenter's walk in the 5th here in the top of the 7th.
Well, good patience from Gonzalez there, and Aponte understandably a little bit wary to put something in the zone for Gonzalez to swing at on a full count.
It's a wild pitch, and Gonzalez will be able to get there over to second. Swashbuckling save attempt from Springmeyer, but it hits 5-hole, and he can't pick it up. Karam off the bricks, throw not in time. Gonzalez is at second. So 1-0 count quickly to Malvasio. Malvasio 0 for 2 tonight, popped out and struck out.
Well, we know what Malvasio is capable of from the batter's box. Lead the team in home runs as well as the league.
Malvasio got all of that thing into left, no doubter. Big Train have the lead. It is 3-1. Malvasio took that ball and sent it to the moon, Zach.
Exit velocity speed of 104 miles per hour. He hits that one just a hair under 400 yards.
We're rounding up.
Feet.
Statcast hits 400 feet pretty much, 399 and 9 inches, but I'm going to call that a 400-foot bomb. No doubter into left. Keep in mind that corner's only 305, so cleared the wall by over 90 feet. Just an absolute missile.
Well, I was just in the middle of talking about his prowess. He's went a little bit cold in the last couple of games, and that one, nothing cold about it on a hot night.
7th home run of the year for Zachary Malvasio, just named to the All-Star team for good reason, and if he wasn't going to start, that should at least cement it against the Valley League on Tuesday. So the 0-1, and that is a really bad miss, to be clear. He threw Aponte just, he was only given up a single, it was his first walk ever given up. He's only given up a singular hit. 2 appearances against very good ball games. And you know what? He just leaves a fastball right down Broadway. As that is a strikeout. Foscolo watches 3.
Well, Foscolo sits down at that strikeout, but we go back to the Malvasio home run. So you talk about a man who has definitely solidified his place in a lineup, whether that's starting or pinch hitting in this All-Star game on Tuesday. Casey Carpenter to bat now for Big Train.
Ryan Foscolo 3-pitch strikeout brings up Casey Carpenter. So 2-0, second pitch missing. That one missed high again, chin level, and Aponte losing it a little bit. Man, Messiah University member. It's been good all season, obviously. 6 innings, not even giving up a earned run.
Yeah, we talked about how well he's done as that ball does find the bottom portion of the zone just in there to Carpenter.
It's a great pitch, just paints that bottom corner. He's got 1 out after the Foscolo strikeout, a 3-1 count though to Carpenter, and a little early on that fastball. Was tuned up to something maybe more like 94, 95.
Really only had about 1 bad pitch all season, and it was right there to Malvasio.
So full count. Pitch is missed low. Good eye from, missed inside. Good eye from Carpenter as he will walk to first, second walk of the inning. Second walk of the season administered by Aponte. Last time he did that, the next hitter left the ballpark, Zach.
Got to be careful, does not want more damage with runners on. Needs to limit the runs, which have been hard to come by in this pitcher's duel so far tonight.
Pickoff back to first and got him! It's a fantastic move. No call from the dugout as he made too quick a move. 2 outs as Carpenter walks and is treated to the dugout, unfortunately back.
Yeah, Carpenter getting caught out just a little too far in his hand, not able to reach back in time to keep him safe on a really good pickoff attempt by the Olney pitcher.
First pitch to Gramesty. It's a good breaking ball in there for a strike. Kind of starts at head level, sinks just right in the middle of the zone there, and Gramesty doesn't swing too often at that first pitch. 0-1. He'll watch a off-speed miss. That one just inside, could have been called either way. 1-1. Looks like Gagan will be given the 7th. Now a 3-1 lead. He will have not a save opportunity because he will have the win. 1-1 and a hazy night. Gramesty pops this one up on the right side. Melton chasing it, but it's out of play into the bullpen.
Well, you mentioned Gagan most likely coming back into this game to pitch for 7th. A really big opportunity for him and the Big Train defense to get this win that will put them at the top of the division, and also for Gagan, who hasn't had too many opportunities to have a win this season. Really big chance for him to come back in and get the outs that he needs.
1-2 to this point. It was a pitcher's duel before Zachary Malvazio hit the second home run of the game. It's the only way the Big Train have scored runs on quite a humid night. It took 2 balls to be at over 105 miles an hour, 106 in Malvazio's case, or in Carpenter's case. Wow. Gonzalez's case. Check that. 1-2, ground ball. It's a worm burner foul. So count now 2-2. They'll mark even. Good run from the bat boy on a humid night.
Yeah, that'll gas you.
Pitch missing low to Gramesty, and we'll have payoff again as Aponte threatens to walk his 3rd batter of the game and season by proxy. Payoff to the catcher. And that one just outside. So Aponte another walk. Gramesty the 3rd to walk this inning. 3 outcomes have been walk, strikeout, and home run, as Kieran Coleman will have the opportunity to try and add on to this lead, which is now 3-1. So Big Train had a 5-inning start from Jack Sams. Bradley Gagan came in and struck 2 out. He will likely go for the win. Won't be a save because he was in when that lead was taken.
Yeah, and a big opportunity here for the newest addition of the Big Train team. Coleman up to bat. Does have a runner on, but 2 outs here, so
1-0 count. Pitch missing again. Coleman walked yesterday twice. So 2-0 count. The Big Train Baseball Network up 3-1. Pitch in there. It's a heavy fastball. Lower portion of the zone dropped a bit. Ponte Messiah University product. Lancaster, PA native. Ones, and that one's pulled back from the bunt attempt. It is called strike 2. So a 2-2 count. Scoreboard appears to have missed ball 2. There it is. Speak of the Demon Deacon, Wake Forest. 2-2 as this one's fouled back. Soft contact from Coleman. Yet to strike out this season, but at Southeast Mississippi Community College, he nearly posted a 50% strikeout rate despite posting a 900 OPS. 3 true outcomes kind of guy.
This guy who will swing hard for contact and looking to do that tonight.
2-2. Fouls it backwards and stays alive. So managed to hang on to a fastball that ended up being out of the zone. But reached out for one, and Gramesty was going for his 15th steal of the year. He's got 14, which leads the team. Before him, the leader was Bonneries, who suffered an injury and will be shut down for the season. Bonneries definitely on an all-star campaign had he stayed. 2-2. Runner goes, and this one reached out for, just gets over the head of the third baseman, Barada. They'll send Gramesty, picked up by the left fielder. Throw is fired, and they will have nowhere near enough time. Gramesty far too quick, and an RBI double for Coleman.
Kieran Coleman, welcome to the big train. Huge moment for him to step up and hit an RBI double. TJ Gramesty, his speed rounds the bases quickly, comes through home plate standing. The lead now extended by 3 runs, 4-1 big train here in the top of the 7th.
It'll be Will Hack. He's flown out to right center and right so far today, as that might be the day for Aponte. The man was warming in this Olney Cropduster bullpen. He will be coming out of the pen. I don't know for what. Not to join the field. He's actually going to leave the ballpark now. So actually no pitching change here on the Big Train Baseball Network. It was Sean McCabe, a Virginia Military Institution commit, and I'm only saying that and bringing him up because I just want to highlight, I mean, the Keydets. It is such a good name for Virginia Military Institute. I mean, come on.
It is. It is great. And, yeah, all props to them on the creative team that came up with that.
Big Train took a 4-1 lead in this inning. If you're just tuning in, Zachary Malvazio's 2-run home run built on a 1-run ball game. That Gonzalez started with a mashed homer, his first of the year. 7th for Malvazio. Do a quick plug as well. July 7th, Tuesday, we host the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star game versus the Valley League. Both teams' All-Stars will go up in a 9-inning matchup at Shirley Povich Field. Make sure to tune in or get your tickets. We streamed on the Cal Ripken Senior League official website as we return to play after Aponte gets a quick mound visit with a runner on second after he's conceded 3. Loss would be in his name if Gagan can hold it.
Will Hack, the RBI specialist somewhat for the big train this season, now up to the plate, has done really well when he does have a guy on in scoring position.
So, now somebody warming, and it's somebody we know very well, Kaiser Smith, up in the pen for Bethesda. Right-hander, named to the All-Star team as one of 2 relievers. He has been just lights out this year, and we'll try and hold him there as the 2-0 misses to Will Hack, 0 for 2 tonight. And he threatens to keep this line moving.
Well, if you were to pick one guy out of the big train staff to come out of the pen and to close this game out, you would pick Kaiser Smith. He has been that guy for the big train this season.
The way things are going for Aponte, it doesn't seem that it might be a close. It could not be a close situation as we enter the bottom of the 7th, or a save situation. Excuse me. I apologize. Looks like Gagan will likely not go now, though. Bottom 7, 3-0, unless this lead does tail into much more. As the 3-0 misses, and still no arm up for Olney. They will ride Aponte until he can no longer.
Cal Johnson, the leadoff guy, up to bat now. Maryland commit. Has a home run in this park already this season. Would love to join his teammates in adding on to that tonight.
So Zachary Malvazio is from the University of Central Florida. Last season, Cal Johnson spent his year at the College of Central Florida for the Patriots. Played well enough to earn a spot to transfer to the Maryland Terrapins, who had 22 outgoing transfers this year. He's trying to replenish a Big Ten lineup as the 1-1 after that pitch is in there. Johnson hitless tonight. He's got 2 walks and a strikeout as he saws this one down the right sideline. It's foul. He's got 22 RBIs. That's tied for the team lead with Gonzalez. Right there behind him is Will Hack, who's on first at 17. 1-2 to Johnson. He hits this one in the air to center field. Tailing back on it is Duncan. He leaps at the wall and will get there. Doesn't have to leap. I think he was about to, but it kind of died right in front of the DC Metro Gold's Gym sign. Big Train score 3 off of Zachary Malvazio's 2-run homer and Kieran Coleman's first hit, which ends up bringing home TJ Gramesty. Kaiser Smith on for the close potentially. He's warming up if Gagan can't do it on the Big Train Baseball Network. It is the witching hour, in Olney. Southpaw Bradley Gagan on to try and fight for the win. Cropdusters will need something supernatural. Down 4-1 on the Big Train Baseball Network after Zachary Malvazio's 2-run home run and Kieran Coleman's first hit as a Big Train brought home 3 runs collectively.
Well, it turned into a complete inning there in the top of the 7th for the Big Train. Exactly what you need in a short 7-inning game. Coming through in the 7th. Big hits from Coleman and Malvazio.
Defensive lineup as they started this game a little bit jarred with Carpenter and Coleman, who were not on the opening day roster, have made their way on this roster and are in left side of the infield, as they'll have to start against Duncan, a all-star this season. He's got 4 home runs, and he's trying to get the line moving for Olney. Down 3. Gagan not on for the save, as he will be credited with a win instead, should he hold. 0-1. It's a half swing. It goes up the middle. Going to be a tough play for right. Ranging glove side. Throw to first. Just in time. Duncan's not quick enough. The Duke Blue Devil is cut down.
Really great heads-up play from the infield of the Big Train, knowing he needed to make that throw as quickly as possible to first base in order to get the runner out, and he does exactly that, scooping it up and flipping it over to first.
That is the first time this season that Bradley Gagan has gotten 4 out in a row, and we got to talk about these guys like Wines and Gagan, who had such poor starts to the year, suddenly coming to form. They found who they are, and that's really big. Gagan, a oldest player on this roster, is a senior in terms of eligibility. I don't know how old Bryce Dolby is, but everyone makes jokes like he's 48, but he's not. 0-1. Dolby, another all-star, Cal State, as they have to deal with Patrick Gosden, who hit a triple already. Good pitch. It's that changeup we mentioned just on the outside corner, painting the corner.
Well, you mentioned Gagan having a slower start to the season. Pitching can be such a mental part of the sport, and it's really great to see a player kind of maybe get out of their headspace that they were in and deliver just a great performance as he has tonight.
0-2, ground ball left side, it's foul. 7 wins in a row for Bethesda. That is the longest win streak of any Cal Ripken Senior League team. 4 teams with 5-game win streaks this season.
Well, we talked to Brennan Wright, who just made the play over to first a couple games before the win streak, and he mentioned that he was wanting to instill in this team that this is a championship team. This team comes out and wins, and that's what they do, and they have done exactly that since.
Half swing from Gosden, not going. So 1-2 the count. Gagan trying to fight his way on. Righty Gosden in, Booma on deck. He's an all-star. The 1-2 count. That one just outside. It's that changeup again, and he misses. 2-2 for the southpaw. Gagan delivers. That one outside again, and fastball doesn't make it in. It's a sinker. Gagan's a sinker baller. Well, I mean, at least Bradley isn't, considering the fact his brother catches. A little upset we didn't. I hope we get to see the Bradley and Jack Gagan battery at some point this season. 3-2. Full count. Swing, and this one is fouled backwards. Just caught the lumber above the handle.
I mentioned having a brother as a catcher. I mean, that definitely leads to so much backyard practice there, as you have the perfect person alongside of you to get the reps in that you need.
3-2. They look almost identical if it wasn't for the beard and glasses of Jack. Full count, lefty. Gets him! It's a perfect pitch at the knees, and Gosden, he'll be buckled as he's not happy with that call, and unfortunately, that one was a strike.
It's a great pitch, and it's a great call by the home plate umpire, who earns a groan of disapproval from this Cropduster crowd. What a moment, and what a great pitch from Bradley Gagan.
So, it's 3 righties in a row. Gagan technically has the disadvantage, but he has retired 5 in a row, which is his best streak of the season. He has come to form. He does lead the team in unearned runs as well as errors from his fielders. And his FIP is probably, I think, if you had a FIP, it'd be about 3 to 10 ERA points lower. He's got a 18 coming into tonight, which is swiftly settled to 8 now. 0-1. Pitch in there. Now into an 0-2 to Ryan Bouma, the all-star trying to keep Olney alive.
Big moment here for Gagan. He stands on the mound, about to deliver. 0-2.
The southpaw has them down to their final strike. 0-2, Gagan delivers. This one fouled backwards to the seats. Big Train looking for win number 8. They are 6-1 on the road in their last 7, 3-game win streak on the road. Southpaw, the 0-2. That one just outside. Tense moments.
Testing the reaches of the zone there, trying to get a swing from the Cropduster man at the bag.
Only still down to their final strike with the sole possession of the North Division on the line. 2-2. Popped up. Infield side, Gonzalez and Gramesty going after it into the dugout and just past the glove of Gramesty. Second life as Bouma breathes easy.
Gramesty face to face with the Cropduster dugout, not able to come up with that one as he kind of loses it above him. Hard one to see there, and Cropdusters stay alive for now.
And he had a foot in their dugout. Drifted right at the door. They made sure to give him the hardest time possible to catch that. 1-2, 2-2, excuse me. Gagan for sole position of the North. And that one misses outside. So 2 straight pitches on the outside portion. One an off speed, one a breaking ball, that slider. Gagan probably going to return to that sinker. He hasn't thrown it in 3, and it's been on today. Payoff pitch. Just misses as now a full count. I apologize, it was not payoff pitch. We'll have payoff for real this time.
Gagan had one to spare there, but he does face the full count now.
Southpaw delivers. This one hit in the air to right. Chasing after, it's Malvasio in the corner. It's out of play. Ricochet is off a fan just beyond the bullpen, and these Olney fans have been very tough today. Saw a younger fan get hit by one, then immediately go after the ball. Like, yeah, get your souvenir, man. It was an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. It just missed. Reached out for one.
That ball was hit hard and down the right sideline, but did drift just foul.
Leave the ballpark maybe fair, it's gone, but Bouma. Again, 3-2, they dance. Foul back, and he stays alive. Trying to just get something here. Big Train up 3. Was Malvasio and Gagan working off a fantastic outing by Sams, and the night before July 4th, nothing more American than a pitcher's duel. He'll dance on the payoff once more. Gagan. Breaking ball misses, and he walked him. So Bouma is the first runner aboard in this bottom 7. It's a 7-inning game. Kaiser Smith got moving earlier.
Well, after a
Gagan
long at
will
bat,
have more.
Bradley Gagan does walk Bouma over to first base. Now needs the out at the plate or at second.
Brian Scott, he's hitless this season in 2 games. He's come into tonight after a pretty bad calf injury that kept him sidelined for part of the season with Frostburg. 4th year as a Cropduster. All academic team in every single one of his teams. 1-0. Trying to find a smart pitch to swing at, and he doesn't look at either of the first 2 that miss. 2-0 count. as immediately Lopez will come to Gagan, trying to find some sort of aid here.
Lopez, the expert in calming down his pitchers and just giving them a second to breathe and saying the right thing so they know what they need to do to finish out this inning and this game.
So if Brian Scott gets on, Dylan Melton is the tying runner. Some adjustments in the outfield being made. They'll move to their right slightly against the lefty. Scott hitless. Obviously this season previously with the Olney Cropdusters. 2025 he posted a .735 OPS. His career with the Cropdusters, he has driven in a grand total of only 13 RBIs in 3 seasons because he actually ended up in other leagues and then to Olney afterwards. 2-0. Strike in there. Whatever Lopez said at least worked there. It was a fastball. Bit outside of the middle of the zone, but still pretty much over the heart of the plate. Gagan 2-1. Cropdusters down to their final out. No one missing outside, excuse me.
Gagan getting himself down in this count, 3-1. Needs to find a way to work himself back into it.
So 3-1. It's a pitch in there. Fastball over the heart of the plate. Scott would like to not have to swing, but Gagan will force the issue. We'll have payoff again, only down to their final strike. Gagan. And another survival swing on the payoff as this one's fouled back into the softball field. Starboard. That was actually port side. Sorry. Tried to get the boat in there, too. Payoff from Gagan. He missed high. Tying runner to the plate. Olney crowd is loud and proud into this one. Gramercy will meet very briefly as Kaiser Smith still warming up in this pen. They will interested to see if they're going to call for the righty.
Might give him another pitch or two to get himself warm.
They're going to try and depend on the lefty matchup because Gagan has pitched very well. The issue is the Cropdusters have come up big. Melton serves as the tying base runner if he were to get on. Swing could tie this ball game. Gagan. First pitch, hit well into left. Foscolo will get there. Big Train of sole possession of the North. Put your dancing shoes on. They're 18-8, 8 wins in a row. How about that from 10-8 all the way to the top of this league? They have fought back. Gagan gets the win with some brief scares. A Big Train win 4-1.
Home runs from Zach Malvazio and Emilio Gonzalez put this game to bed. Big Train have now taken the mantle from the Cropdusters. Incredible performance top to bottom. A pitcher's duel for a lot of the game. But the Big Train bats too hot on an over 100-degree day here in Olney, Maryland.
3 hours until Independence Day, but the Big Train will get to celebrate early here with some fireworks to honor their win. It was fireworks night at the ballpark. Wish you guys were here to see it. We will not have a video stream, so that's all we can do. Thank you very much for watching. Continue to stay kind. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis and the Big Train Baseball Network. 18-8, the Big Train.